great about that, other than trying to help people who are in a state of disease. Welcome back to the Immigration Answers Show. My name is Jim Hacking. I'm an immigration lawyer practicing law throughout the United States. Out of our offices in St. Louis, San Diego, and Washington, D.C., this is episode 579 of the Immigration Answers Show. How is everybody doing? Eid Mubarak to all the Muslims who fasted for 29 days during Ramadan. 28 days. I'm not sure. I guess it was really 30 days, right? We started on a Monday. So 7. Yeah, it was like 30 days. I don't know. This is our 31st show in a row. We did it every single day during Ramadan, and it was not always easy, especially last Saturday. I barely got it in right around 6 o'clock before I broke my fast. I'm excited to be here with all of you. We went to Eid prayer, Nora and Amani and I. It was sort of a little sad. We used to have all 6 of us together. Now there's only 3 of us. So I'm excited about today's show. And, when I coached my kids in baseball, they were always at their best at the end of the season. And I feel like having gone 31 days in a row, I think we've been having some really good shows lately. And that makes me excited. I'm going to try to do more shows moving forward, but we're going to have some kind of content dropping every day. I've shot 8 videos the last couple of days, so these next few days when I'm off, I'll probably do a show on Sunday, and then off and on next week because I got conferences and stuff. I'll be out in San Diego for a few days, and then I'll be in Minneapolis. So coming to a town near you. Now, as part of our Eid celebration, 2 of our friends of the show, Hina and Laura, have come up with a game, and I see Laura in the waiting room, so I'm going to go ahead and start with her. Hi, Laura.
Hi, everyone.
How you doing?
Good, thanks. How about you?
I'm great, thank you.
Happy Eid.
Thanks. I got my Diet Dr. Pepper, and I got my water. I'm a happy man.
That's awesome. I'm glad.
So, Hina's here too. Should I bring Hina on too?
Yeah. Put her on.
Hina, you there?
I'm here. Hi.
How you doing?
Great. How are you guys? Sorry, Great. It's bedtime for me, so I'm just gonna be like yelling at my kids in the back.
That's okay. How are you guys?
We're good. We're having way too much fun.
Been busy.
It's been fun. So why don't you guys explain what's going to happen today? Since I sort of know, but I don't really know.
Sure. Hina, do you want to start?
Well, we decided that it would be a fun way to include everybody in the show today. While you have your regular show, the people watching and listening can participate in a fun way by playing bingo. And these are the things that are just going to be happening throughout the show live while you're talking. And we made some bingo cards, which I think they're funny. I think they're hilarious. And
they're very funny. They're very, very funny. You captured so much, just like the sweatshirt that Rocio and Lewis did for me. You capture a lot of our quotes and a lot of the things that happen on the show, including Nigerian divorce decree and Jim taking off his glasses. There was a lot of funny things on there.
Yep. So Laura can explain how to play bingo, because I think there are a couple of people who don't know how to play bingo. So if Laura wants to explain that.
So if you've never played bingo before, congratulations. It's a fun game. You're going to have fun. So you'll see in the center of your bingo card, if you were sent one, that Shabazz is the middle square on every card.
That was my idea.
No 2 cards are the same. So if you have a different card than someone else, don't worry. That's on purpose.
Yeah.
When things happen on the show, someone says something happens on the show, you'll take a look and see if that phrase or concept is on your card. If it is, cross it off. put an X through it or a line or something like that. Show us that you saw or heard whatever it was. When you get a line of 5 in a row, either diagonal, up and down, side to side, whatever, you win. Call out bingo in the comments.
Or
Yeah.
Jimbo.
Or
Yeah.
Jimbo, yeah.
Either one. That'll be
Hey,
great.
Jimbo.
Yeah, that'll be
Make
hilarious.
sure you remember what time you won. So just write down what time it was. And then after that, we thought that people could send their screenshot of their card if they
Yeah.
win
Yeah.
to the info at email.
Yeah, or they can come in the waiting room, and I'll pull them up. So
Yeah.
people want to know: is it too late to get a bingo card?
No.
This time, yeah. Well, yeah. Oh, no.
We
Hina
have
apparently is willing to send you one.
Yeah. I can. If you can comment on the
Facebook, in the Immigrant Home
the
Facebook.
page, yeah, and I can DM them. I'm still making them. I'm just still making fresh ones, so there's like no repeat.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
So,
All right. Well,
and before you let us go, thank you so much for offering up merch.
Oh, sure.
To the one lucky winner. I wish
Yeah.
Laura and I were getting some merch.
that'll be fun. All
And
right.
thanks to
well,
everyone for playing. This is
Yeah,
going to be
for
really
sure.
fun. Yeah.
all right. I'm
Yeah.
excited. All right.
This is my daughter.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, sweetie. All right, guys. We'll get going. Thank you for all your support for the show.
Bye, everyone. See you in the comments.
Bye, guys.
Okay. Bye.
All right. That will be fun. So you got to get 5 across, 5 down, or 5 across the center square, and Shabazz is the wild card for everybody. All right. So let's go ahead and get the show started. Our friend Christian is here. Hi, Christian.
Hey Jim, how are you?
Where's your Yankees hat?
I have it over there because I'm kind of working now, but I took a little break to call you, but I don't got my Yankee.
All right. It's all right. What's up?
So I don't know if you remember. So my husband actually received a 2-year green card from the USCIS, and I remember I spoke to that he entered the U.S. when we were already married over 2 years. So they ended up sending him a 2-year green card. Now I did submit a I-190 online, but from what people are telling me, you might get a request for evidence because you were supposed to send your original card to them in the mail.
Yeah.
But it's saying 16 months. By the time 16 months get here, we're already close to the removal condition. So it's like, I mean, should I not do nothing with that?
It's still worth it because, I mean, first of all, you will get an RFE. When you get the RFE, that means they're almost done processing it. Because when you don't send in the original green card with the I-90, they'll ask you for it right at the end so that you almost swap it out. And it's good. I think it's good to keep the old one until they actually do that, right?
Right.
So I think that's important. When you, I think it's good to do what you're doing for another reason, and that is so that the record is cleaned up and that they properly accept the 751.
Yeah,
right?
because it's just strange because there's so many conflicting information. People are saying, well, it depends when the green card got approved, and it depends when he enters the U.S. I'm like, so which is which? I don't know.
So when did he enter the United States?
He entered on February 3rd.
And how many days after your 2-year anniversary was that?
Our 2-year anniversary was December 23rd. December 23rd, and he entered in February. So it was like almost 2 months after.
And when did the visa get approved?
That's what I'm confused. Is it based on what it says on the card, the resident day, or the day of the interview?
Yeah. Did you get a notice that the case had been approved, like from SEAC?
I don't know. I have to check. I know his interview was December 7th. A few weeks after that, he got his green card fee and visa. But it was before the 23rd.
Right.
So maybe that's what they based that on.
Yeah, but what's the start date on the green card is February though?
February 3rd, yeah, when 2 years after we got married.
Yeah, more than 2. Yeah. That'll all work out, buddy. I wouldn't sweat it.
So my last question is, when I did the I-190, he made a minor mistake. He on the form online it says, which is your current status at the moment. Somebody gave us bad advice, and he checked the box that he thinks he should have, which is 10 years, instead of saying currently he has a 2-year green card. So I
Right.
don't know if they, that's just minor, but
It's part of the whole thing.
okay. Yeah. So I guess I'll just wait. I mean, I just threw it out there, but thanks for all the advice.
See you, buddy.
All right, man.
Later. All right. Let's go to Gigi. Hi, Gigi.
Hi,
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. What's up?
All right. So I have a few questions. This is my first time joining one of your lives, so I'm glad that you picked me.
Well, thanks for coming on.
Thank you. Okay. So, we have an interview. My family and I. The petitioner is my uncle, my mom's brother, and he is a U.S. citizen. And he is petitioning for us, but we are not sure if his income is going to cover the requirements of the poverty guidelines.
Okay.
So you were thinking of having a joint sponsor, and that would be my cousin, my mom's nephew. So basically, we were thinking of, to increase our probability of being accepted, to have 2 members of our family be with members with the other sponsor. Is that all right?
Yeah, that's okay. We were talking about that yesterday. You cut out a little bit, but what I think you're saying is to have one co-sponsor do a couple family members and another co-sponsor do other family members. Yeah, that's okay.
Exactly. All right. So, but I was thinking, is it all right if the principal immigrant, my mom, is it all right if she's with one sponsor and the other sponsor does not have my mom on his application or his affidavit of support?
Yes.
That's all right?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I have a brother in the U.S. He lives there. He's been there for 8 years and he hasn't, come to Egypt ever since. But he doesn't know if he's supposed to come. He's on the application, but he's older than 21 years old. So he's not sure if he should be coming to Egypt for the interview or not.
He's in the United States. What's he doing in the United States?
He was studying, but now he's doing post-grad.
So
he's not supposed to be there right now.
You mean he overstayed?
Yeah, I mean, it's not illegal, but he overstayed. That's what he told me.
So, Gigi, that's something I'd have to go ahead.
He said that the N1 is gonna end in August, I think.
He's a pilot?
No, he's not a pilot. No.
You say M1?
N1? What about N1?
Student.
He's a student.
Gigi, I can't give your brother that kind of advice on something like this. It's too important. I'd have to look at everything and see all the dates. He might be able to get a green card here. He might be screwed if he leaves. I can't give out that advice without looking at everything over.
All right, that's fine. Also,
Gigi,
I just have
Gigi, how old are you?
I'm 20.
Are you gonna be a lawyer? You're pretty good.
Oh, thank you. No,
you have
I'm
another
not.
question?
I'm not gonna be a lawyer.
You should.
Yeah, I just have one last question.
Go for it.
Which part of the tax transcript should I be looking at for the income requirement?
Adjusted gross income.
All right. So income total is not the part where I should be looking at.
Adjusted gross income is the whole shooting match.
All right. Okay. All right.
Shukran, Gigi.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
What a cutie. She'll do great. I love it when there's the side character. That should have been on the bingo card. When there's the side character telling them in their own language questions to ask me. I always think that's funny. Or in English even. Sometimes they do that. All right, Nancy's here. Hi, Nancy.
Hi.
How you doing?
Well, a little bit confused, but I'm calling again. I talked to you on Monday about the notice of intent to deny that my brother got. My brother is trying to get the PIP for my dad. So yesterday, actually this morning, I saw a local attorney, and they said that I had 2 options. One, to continue and respond within the 30 days to the USCIS with more evidence, or I can just ignore that letter and they can start from scratch and the new PIP. Is that something you've heard of? Do you know?
Well, any
Is it
case
possible to reapply?
that has a defect can be withdrawn and refiled,
So it is possible.
except N600s. But yeah,
Okay.
I'm not saying to do that. I'm not saying to do that,
Right.
but
But
that could be possible. Yes.
so now, with my dad and my brother, we're thinking that just by ourselves to continue this, sending all the information that they're asking. But when they say evidence, is a DNA test included in that evidence?
If you're trying to prove up the relationship, that would be part of it. But you also have to show that support we talked about the other day.
Yes, I'm gonna send the marriage certificate, pictures, the letters. Does it have to be just family members, or does it need to be friends or people outside the family?
Either one, people with personal knowledge, people with actual knowledge and actual proof.
Okay.
Like they came to your brother's birthday party every year and his dad was always there, stuff like that.
Okay. And does my brother need to write another letter even though he already did one? No. Okay. So just to recap, because we're trying to do this, we're thinking to do this without the attorney, because we didn't know that in case they deny it, hopefully not, but in case they do, we didn't know that we can start from start again.
Well, you can't. I mean, you should be able to, but you're wasting time and money.
Yes.
So
yes.
I think you probably need a lawyer to help you with this. I do.
You think so?
And I generally I've made a couple of videos about this. Sometimes people say, I'm going to try it on my own, and then if it doesn't work, then I'll get the lawyer. I think that's the backwards way of thinking about it, especially with how slow USCIS is and how we're trying to get your dad into status. I think it'd be nice for him to be in status sooner rather than later. And sometimes, now I'm not saying you're going to do this, but sometimes people can screw things up trying it the first time on their own. So generally, I usually try to flip that on its head and said, why not get the lawyer involved early, get it done right, and then you're done.
Okay, so that'll be your recommendation.
Thanks, Nancy.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, bye. All right. Good news. Good news. Now, today is a very auspicious day, as you know, and as many people have wished me, happy Eid. I appreciate that. Today is also Lindy's birthday. So happy, Lindy. Today is also my best friend Brent's birthday. Today is also the anniversary, the third anniversary of our friends Annabelle and Derek, who got married 3 years ago today in Tower Grove Park. And tomorrow is my eldest son's 22nd birthday. And we're going to get to see him in San Diego when we go out there. Amani's going today, and Nora and I are going tomorrow. So how about that? It's a great, wonderful time. So I should probably be paying attention to the world. The world's telling me good things are afoot, and I'm very grateful for that. All right. Pilar is here. Hello, Pilar.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Good, good, good. I've been once in your program.
I remember because we have a great team member named Pilar. So when I see you, I always remember that.
Yes. So I have a couple questions. Hopefully you let me know if you can answer both. But the first one is my dad, he's a green card holder. However, he has been out of the country for almost 2 years. My mom is still in the US. She works. And we are going to go on Wednesday. I'm in Peru right now. I'm going back with him on Wednesday. And we're going to take all the documents of the reasons why he stayed, because he had surgery in his eyes. He didn't have insurance in the US, and we didn't want to be a burden to the government. However, I'm taking also my tax return, my mom's tax return with him, everything from the last 2 years. Anything that you can tell me that I should say when I'm with him entering the country? His green card is still valid. He's just being out of the country.
So he got his green card through you or through some other way?
Through me.
So was this a planned trip of almost 2 years, or did it just happen to be that?
It just happened to be that he just came to visit my brothers, and then he started feeling, having all these health issues. There were too many, because in that moment, my mom didn't have insurance in the US or anything. So for that reason, he stayed here.
When did his lawful permanent residence start?
2018.
So from 2018 until 2022, he lived most of the time in the United States.
Kind of. It was more like 6 months type of thing.
Well, so first of all, you guys need to be ready. They might put him back on. They might not let him in. You know that, right?
Yeah, I think.
I'd say, where are you landing? Where are you going to do custody?
We are landing in Atlanta. I would.
I mean, it's better than Miami.
Okay.
I mean, having the documentation is good. Here's another question. Once he comes, is he going to stay for a good long while?
That's the plan, yes.
Okay, can you prove that up somehow? I would have some evidence of that, like where he's going to live. David, they don't have to let LPRs in. We've had LPRs not let back in when they've been gone.
He will live in my house where my mom has been living. And I'm also bringing my taxes, to prove that now I can support them if, something like hell-wise happens again.
Is he going to be able to advocate for himself if you're not in the room with him?
His English is not that well. He may.
Well, they'll speak Spanish. That's not a big deal. They'll speak Spanish, but will he be able to advocate for himself in Spanish?
Yeah, I explained that he needs to make sure that he convinced that he wants to live in the U.S., not in Peru. So we're working on that, but I'm not sure what else besides the medical reasons. My mom being there, still working there.
Well, here's one question that I've seen a lot in these scenarios, and this might be whether he gets into the United States or not. The question is, did he work at all while he was in Peru?
No, he's 72, so he was already retired from Peru. He was, just living there. So he never worked in the U.S. No.
Okay. All right. Well, good luck. Let us know how it goes. When is he coming?
Wednesday. We are traveling together.
All right. Well, good luck.
Yeah. I can have one more question.
Yeah, sure.
I have my husband, my I-130 waiting. It's been April 2nd. It hit the 1 year mark. And still we haven't received anything, just like they were looking at the file one time in September. It's still around the regular time that is taking to have an answer.
Were either of you married before?
I was married before, but 8 years ago.
Is that how you became a U.S. citizen? Was through that marriage? So that's a pivot case. So sometimes they look at those a little bit longer, but I would imagine the USCIS will approve the I-130 in the next month or two.
Okay.
12 to 14 months is what we've been telling people.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. I'll let you know what happened next week.
Okay. Thanks, Pilar. See ya.
Bye.
All right. Bye. Nena's here. Hi, Nena.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
Great. How are you doing?
Good. Yeah, I love your shows. I think this is my third time being on here. So I just have a couple of questions. So my husband became a green card holder on February 10th, 2022. Just to talk a little bit about that case, it was a little bit complicated. I mean, they were giving us, we live in New Jersey, but at the time when we applied, he was living in Georgia because he's a medical student, and I was obviously here in New Jersey because I was also a college student at that time, and they gave us a lot of problems because
those are tricky.
Of course, he lived in Georgia and then I lived here. Thank God he got it, but they still gave us a little bit of a pushback. And now, we're about to, apply for citizenship, and then that's also coming into my head a little bit again because.
Wait, time out. Yeah. Did you do the 751?
No, this is a 10-year green card.
You got a 10-year green card?
Yes, because it was over 2 years of marriage.
Okay, so a couple questions. When you filed, in the time before your interview, had there been periods of time where you did actually live together, or was the whole time from the time you filed until the time of the interview you living apart?
So in the very, very beginning when we applied, I think it was maybe 3 months, we lived together under my parents' house because I was just a college student at that time, and we used the address that I lived with. We used the address of my parents, and I was at the time I was a college student, so I was living there, and he was living there with me. After 3 months, he went back to Georgia to pursue more of his studies.
Okay, and then after he got the green cards, from then until now, or then until he applies for citizenship, how much time will you have lived together?
Yes, great question. So we were expecting, or we started our family. was pregnant, and we had our daughter October 23rd of 2022. So he came back from Georgia to New Jersey July 1st. We've got an apartment together. Our names are still on the lease, and we're still living in the same apartment now. So from July 1st until now, he's still currently living now with me together in New Jersey. And he's working a job. I'm in medical school now. But he is about to actually, when I graduate medical school, because I'm going to residency, he's actually going to go back to Georgia to finish like a year of school and then finish and graduate. So he's going to be in Georgia. But however, he is eligible to apply for citizenship this October or November, something like that, of this year. And they were giving us such a hard time with the address back when he got his green card that, I'm just a little bit nervous about applying for naturalization, because he's going to be in Georgia and I'm going to be still in New Jersey. But my mom was saying that we have a daughter together, so that like helps our case a little bit. But we wanted to apply with the 3-year rule. And that's enough. So like, that's my like concern about that. That's like one of my first questions. And then my other concern is that, I think I had listened to you on another like live stream, and you had said that like, even like if you're not actively having an application with USCIS, like you still have to update your address. Is that true?
True.
Because I didn't know about that. So the address that is still on, I guess, like the thing is like my parents' address, like 11 in New Jersey. So
some people might view that as a little bit sneaky. So you got to be careful with that. I would say update your address as soon as possible. I would also say you should not apply on the 3-year rule. Is there a particular reason why he needs his citizenship right now? Like, are there parents he's trying to get here or something, or no?
I mean, no, it's not urgent, but I guess like since he has the right to apply on the 3-year rule.
He doesn't. And here's why. The Biden people changed the way they interpret the 3-year rule, and the way that they've interpreted it is that you have to have been living together in marital union, and that means physically together for the 3 years. They've tightened that up. I had a case just like your case. She lived in Baltimore. He lived here working at a winery in Missouri, and I got that thing approved without them ever living together. His citizenship. But that ship has sailed. That's been about 3 years that you need the full 3 years. I think for several different reasons, I would just tell them to wait the full 5 years.
So on the 5 years, are they going to, I don't care if they're asking questions about our marriage because we're legitimately married, but like, are they going to ask us questions about the marriage? Well, like on the 5 year, like what's different between the 5 year and the 3-year rule?
The 3-year rule, it's your burden to show that you've lived together as spouses for the full 3 years. Under the 5-year rule, you just have to show that the underlying basis of the green card was legitimate. They could revisit the marriage. They can always revisit the marriage, but it's much less likely, especially hopefully if he's only going to Georgia for 1 more year and you're in residency, that wherever he applies for citizenship, that the two of you are living together at that point. So that's a whole other reason. So, you're having kids, they're not gonna, and you're going to be a doctor. So, one time I had an interview in New Hampshire, it was 2 doctors and the guy the officer was sort of sick. And so we had 2 doctors and we walked in and he looks at me and he says, counselor, in my experience, doctors don't put their medical licenses at risk by filing fraudulent asylum immigration cases. So I'm just going to approve this with that's the only time I've ever been. They asked no questions. And then he just wanted to know what was wrong with his cold, why he had a cold. That's all we spent all the time talking about. So I think when the time comes and he applies in the 5-year rule, it'll sail right through, especially if you're living together at that point. What country is he from?
Nigeria.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. I've heard your rant about that.
Not a rant. I love all my Nigerian people. It's not a rant. It's just that we have a lot of the same issues over and over. That's all.
Okay. So you're saying, just to recap, sorry. So like, so you're sure that they're interpreting, because I've heard you say that too, like they're interpreting as, okay, you're living together for 3 years.
I think it's unfair. And I think it's an incorrect interpretation of the law, but that's what they did.
Okay, so then you don't suggest applying on the 3-year rule.
What I would say is I would think it probably has about a 33% chance of approval.
Okay. Sorry, so the address.
You're just inviting a bunch of scrutiny that you don't really want.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because I was just like, I was traumatized applying for his like when we went for the green card, so I don't want to go through that again. I just kind of like
did they do your interview where you lived or where he lived?
No, so they did it in New Jersey where I lived, but the officer was very close in transferring it back to Atlanta, or not. The place was never in Atlanta, but she was about to threaten that.
Yeah, they don't like having to handle cases that they think they don't have to handle. It happens all the time when people move after they file. They get mad.
So sorry, I know you have other callers. So speaking of like the address, so like because my residency is still New Jersey, but like it's a little bit far from where I'm living right now. And I'm moving like in June. And I didn't update, I didn't update the address all this while. Do you still suggest that I update the address like right now at this second?
Yeah.
Okay. And then hopefully it'll be fine. And we can still present evidence that we lived here. Like when we apply for the 5-year rule, because both of our names are on the apartment lease for where we live right now.
Yeah. And remember, you're always going to want, it won't be that important later, but you are always going to have to, also prove the time you spent together while you lived apart. That's important too. So always be keeping track of that. So if he comes to see you, you go see him, you keep those records, you can take photographs and all that stuff.
Okay. All right. Those are all my questions. Thank you so much.
Good luck in medical school. See ya.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yep. Bye. All right. Pass My Test is in the house. What do you say? Pass my test.
Hey Jim, this is Omar.
Hi Omar. How you doing?
Good. I was here a couple of weeks ago. I told you I did my application on my phone and I made a bunch of mistakes and so I just did my test and I passed and they swear me in right today. So
in other words, you're a brand new citizen. Is that right?
Yes, Jim.
Congratulations, Omar. When did you file? You only filed like 5 weeks ago, right?
I filed around December 28th, I think.
And how did your interview go? Everything good?
Yeah, it took a bit longer, but yeah, everything went fine.
Which field office?
In Raleigh.
Durham. Awesome.
Yeah.
That's great, Omar. Thanks so much. That's good news on Eid. Thanks. I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, Jim.
Bye, buddy. All right. I forgot to say, Donna's here in the house, and she said, big ups to Jim. Where is it? She's giving big ups to everybody. Big ups to me. Big ups to Phoenix. Big ups to Rich. She always gives Rich big ups. They got that Jamaican thing going. All right. All right, Tanya's here. Hello, Tanya.
Hi. So I have a situation. So I filed for a fiance visa like November 14th, 2022 for my fiance that's living currently in Moldova.
Okay.
So and then in like May he applied for a DV winner for a green card.
Okay.
And he won a green card. So he we decided to go to that route. And then he went to the interview.
Which was when?
Which was in October 19th. October 19th was his interview for his green card winner.
Of 2023?
2023, yeah, sorry.
A visa interview at which embassy, in Moldova or where?
Yeah, Moldova embassy.
Okay.
And they told him that he didn't have enough documents, so he didn't have a diploma. It needed to be legalized. He had one in Transnistria, I don't know how to say it, but it's like you have to legalize it in Moldova. So he was legalizing at the moment, but he didn't get it. So once he got it, he went and gave it through a carrier, so they sent it to the embassy. And then they said that he didn't have enough work experience. But then also we just let it go, I guess. And then November 14th, we got approved for fiance visa. So 2023.
Okay.
And then we made an appointment for February 1st. And he went to the interview and he brought a lot of documents. He brought probably a little bit less photos. and they told him that they don't have enough proof of relationship, so he had to bring in more proof of relationship. So
Did he ask him about the diversity visa case?
no, because I don't know.
Okay.
They didn't ask him about that he won, but they did ask him about a sister that came to America through the Ukrainian what is it called? Some kind of like legally way she came to Ukraine.
Yep.
And then they told him proof of relationship. He brought it on February 5th, and then they were doing the processing, admission processing.
Yep.
And then on February 23rd, I was emailing them to find out because we already had our wedding planned, and they told me that unfortunately the case is going to be sent back to USCIS, and that we can contact them in 8 weeks.
Why?
They didn't give us a reason. Like,
why do you think they said that there wasn't enough evidence of the relationship? How long did you know each other before? See,
yeah, we knew each other for 6 years. Like, I gave a lot of proof. I don't know why they didn't believe it. I gave like a lot of evidence, a lot of like photo group with friends, with church. Like, I don't know why they wouldn't believe it.
Okay, and if I were to ask them, hey, is this guy's diversity visa case still pending, or did you guys sort of give up on it? You, Tanya, you and your fiance give up on that. Like, is there anything that they've asked for that you haven't given them?
We gave everything. We gave a diploma, but they saw that he didn't have work experience because he's young and he was doing other things, so he didn't go for that work. And they just gave us a paper that he's denied for the DV winner case.
They said denied?
Yeah, for the DV winner.
Right. And then they're saying they're sending the fiance case back.
Yeah.
Did you have the fiance case on file before he won the DV, or was it after?
Yes. We filed it before, and then he didn't think he was gonna win the DV winner, but he gave it a try.
Sure.
So, and then he won. It was just out of coincidence, not I don't know. I don't know what they think.
Right. Okay, so what's your question for me?
So I don't know, what do I do? Do I contact the USCIS? Do I go to Moldova, get married there, or I don't even know what to do. Because I'm not sure if they're gonna approve the USCIS. Okay, if it does, and it goes back to the embassy, will they not approve me again? And is it just gonna be a waste of time?
Well, so does he have a high school education?
Yeah, he has it's he left high school, but he went to sort of college. I don't know, they have a different situation there. But
Right.
it's he went to college for 2 years.
And what about work experience?
Yeah, he didn't go to work at all.
Okay, so he probably is not qualified for DV, right?
Yeah.
Because he either has to have a high school education or 2 years of work experience, right? So probably you could try to fight the fiance case, but this is why I hate fiance cases, because they can send it back just because they feel like it. So I think probably, in theory, we could sue them for all of it for the DV, but I think that's a loser. And it sounds like the fiance case, they're not convinced. So I think you're going to probably, best bet is going to be, as much as I hate to say it, to go over there and get married and file an I-130.
Mm-hmm. Do you know by any chance, so they told me to contact the USCIS in 8 weeks, and 6 weeks passed just now. So can I contact the USCIS to see if they got the case?
You can, but they lie about that stuff all the time, right? They lie about that stuff all the time, and so people sometimes they take a year to get back to you. I think the fiance case is over. Once they send it back, it's pretty much over. So I don't think you really even need to wait to hear from them. You just need to go get married and file an I-130. Maybe withdraw the I-129F, but it's sort of dead.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, this is
sorry,
tough.
Tanya.
Yeah, no, you're fine. Okay, then that's it for today. Thank you.
Okay, see ya.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Yeah, that really sucks. That's why I'm down on fiance cases these days. All right. Ola's here. What do you say, Ola?
Hi, Jim. Thank you for picking my taking me. So my question is,
Ola, were you trying to get in yesterday? Every time I went to you, it
yes,
was locked up, frozen. Yeah, I don't know
yeah,
why.
yes, yeah. I think it was my browser that was having the problem.
Okay, what's up?
Yeah, so I filed a form I-290B after a prior denial, and I was wondering if that form, waiting for the form, waiting for the response, gives me legal stay in the U.S. or if
No,
I
it
have to
doesn't.
leave.
No, let's back up. So, where are you from?
From Nigeria.
And you came on what kind of a visa?
F1 visa.
And when you got your F1 visa, were you single or married?
I was single.
And did you ever apply for a visit visa to the United States?
No, never.
Okay. And so when you came on your F1, did you go to school where you said you were going to?
Yes. I'll give you some more details. I went to
great.
school. Yeah, I went to school. I got my master's degree, and I applied for NIW. That's National Interest Waiver EB2 visa. I got approved, and after I got approved, then I applied for a second master's degree because the current dates, my priority date and the current dates don't coincide. So the current date, even as of today, is 1st of January 2023. It didn't really change. So in order to keep myself busy in the process while my priority date waits to become current, I applied for another master's degree. So
with a new I-20.
With a new I-20, correct.
Got it.
So yeah, so the school kind of botched my admission process, and yeah, they botched my admission process, and they advised me to apply for reinstatement.
That sucks.
Yeah, so I did apply for reinstatement, and they gave me an RFE, but based on the evidence I provided for the RFE, why I needed to apply for reinstatement. So what happened was, how the school botched my admission was, I applied for a fall semester last year, and my dad had a stroke just after I applied for the fall semester. So I reached out to the DSO of my school to start on a later start date. They had 2 start dates for the fall semester. So they approved that I started on a later start date because I told them my dad had a stroke, and if they would give me some more time just to get myself together, if it was possible. And they said it was possible to start on a later start date. So after they gave me that approval to start on later start date, another DSO reached out to me and said they shouldn't have given me that approval to start on a later start date. That I will have to, they said because I transferred my previous master's, which I completed, to their school, and they said if you transfer to their school, they shouldn't have given me that deferral to a new start date.
Okay.
So I was confused because I have everything on record, everything documented that they approved me to start on the new start date, but they said I have to apply for reinstatement, which I did. But the USCIS were not okay with my evidence. My denial letter showed that they needed much more evidence, but because I blew my chance for the RFE without very convincing evidence, they gave me a denial, but they advised me to reopen my case if I have much more evidence. That was what the USCIS said. So I reached out to the school, and the school attested that they gave me the wrong advice, and they accepted all faults without reservation, that they made me fall out of status, and they are now recommending my reinstatement. So that was what I used as the basis for reopening my case.
How much time did you have between, when you tried to transfer there and when you got the reinstatement on file? How much time?
I was actually within 60 days.
Okay.
I was within 60 days.
And so you have a 290B pending, or the 290B got denied?
I have it pending. I just submitted it last 2 weeks.
Where do you live?
I live in Minnesota.
You might just want to sue them. That might be faster.
Sue the USCIS or the school?
Yeah. Not that. Well, I think you could sue the school, but we're not going to talk about that.
Okay.
I think you could sue USC if the 290B drags on for a long time. I mean, is your priority date current on your NIW?
It's not.
Yeah.
My priority date is July 2023, and it's currently the current date is January 2023.
And so now you're back working on another master's. You're doing all your educational stuff.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you want to sue them now, we can. If you want to wait a little while and see what happens with the 290B, I'm not a big fan of those.
Okay.
But if you want to go ahead and do that, we can sue them whenever you're ready. I think if you think you've got the goods and you didn't do anything wrong, which it doesn't sound like to me that you did, and it certainly doesn't sound like you had a long period in need of reinstatement, it seems like there was a big mistake and it wasn't yours.
Yes. And the school accepted their mistake. I was going to sue the school too. I was going to sue them for putting me in this situation because it wasn't my fault. I followed every step they gave me, and I have documentation for everything they did.
So I think that's a good idea, but I think you should focus on whenever someone harms you, you still have an obligation to try to what's called mitigate the damages, to lower the damages. So I think your focus right now is properly on trying to get back into status so that you're okay to adjust later on.
Correct.
But you can deal with them later.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. So it's best for me to...
You might. It was nice of them to fall on the sword and admit it was their mistake, but you still might need their help down the line.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah,
So
I'd be happy to look everything over. It's an interesting case, Ola.
Yeah, it's very interesting, and I would like to reach out to you if you advise me to sue the USCIS, which is something I would like to do if you recommend that.
Yeah, let me think about it. Let me look it over. Send it over to me.
Okay, so I'll send you an email on info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you so much, Jim. This is a very great opportunity. I found it out by chance. I was just looking for if I could stay in the US with a pending I-290B. Then I saw your website and I reached out to one of your admin, and she told me about this show. I never believed this kind of show exists. So I'm going to make sure I tell everybody, tell all my friends that this is a very great opportunity to get informed, because knowledge is power. When you have information at your tips, then you can make the best decisions.
Thanks, Ola.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Bye, buddy. What a nice guy. Nice call. Speaking of filing a lawsuit on 290Bs, so back in December, USCIS denied this fellow his employment-based green card. They said that he filed the I-45 before his priority date was current. They were flat wrong. So they didn't issue a notice of intent to deny. They just flat out denied his I-45. They were 100% wrong. So back in December, he must have called me 5 times. I must have talked to him on the phone 5 times. And each time I said, you should sue them. And he was really nervous. He said, I think I'm just going to do the 290B. I'm just going to do a motion to reopen. And I said, okay, whatever. So I thought I had sent him a contract. I thought he was this close to signing, and then he backed off. So he went ahead and filed the 290B. Then in February, he calls me up and he says, Jim, I'm really sorry. I should have listened to you. I'm tired of waiting. So we sued them last week saying, you fools, you violated the Administrative Procedures Act. You wrongfully denied his I-45. And because of that, we're going to ask this judge to force you to withdraw the decision and issue an approval. I just got an email from the U.S. attorney today. The U.S. attorney got served on Monday, and I got an email today saying, Jim, in your lawsuit, you claim that the 485 was wrongfully denied. Please be advised that yesterday, USCIS reopened the case and approved the I-485. So this guy got completely turned around. He's now a lawful permanent resident after being SOL. And it's like the best news ever. He's Muslim, so he was happy. He said it was an Eid miracle. We were really happy, and I was really happy for the team. Oh wait, Jay Cruz needs one more. So I'm going to try to play along a little bit and just maybe do a couple of things that just might help some people with the bingo card. So that was one. And then let's see, our friend Huli. What's up, Huli?
Hey, you got me off.
We're having fun.
I was reading the comments. Rocio needs 2 more. So we have
Yeah.
a competition there between
Nice.
J. Cruz and Rocio. So let's
All
see
right.
who else is close. I
All
want
right.
to
All right.
participate on the next one. So
I'm pretty sure that I heard a smoke alarm in Ola's background, but I don't know. I don't know for sure if I heard a smoke.
it did.
I thought
It
I
did.
did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, cool. All right, so we got about 10 minutes left. We'll see if anybody gets the bingo. In the meantime, let's say hi to Zyler. Hi, Zyler.
Hi, Jim. Thanks for taking my call.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right. So my wife is in Nairobi, Kenya, and we were DQ'd December 2023. Our priority date is February 15th of the same year. This is my first time checking in and listening. I was given a link to this show by somebody in a WhatsApp group that I follow about
cool.
wait times in Nairobi.
Yeah.
Everybody is just outraged about these wait times. People are talking about like protesting or just showing up at the embassy. Everybody's getting denied for congressional inquiries to expedite their cases. I even heard people with cancer are being denied, their expedite requests. So
what is the stated processing time? Like what are they telling people, or what are you hearing from other people with cases older than yours?
What I'm seeing on there is that folks getting interview letters now were DQ'd September 2022.
Wow, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Okay, so what's your question? I'm sorry that you're going through that, Zyler.
Just what can we do? Can we sue? What would you do in our position?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think the one type of cases in which they file motions to dismiss is when we sue them for people that haven't had their interview yet. So that's so they've realized that. So now they just don't give people their interviews. Are they doing a regular stream of interviews, or are they just not even doing interviews?
Somebody posted that it looked like 58 of our type last month.
And what's the backlog? Do you know?
I don't even know where to find that. I'm sorry.
I think for right now, all you can do is wait. I mean, somebody could do a class action, but those are really tough to win, and they don't usually work.
Man, okay.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I saw somebody else in the chat here was going to ask about the same thing.
Yeah, I thought that was you. I saw somebody else had put that in the chat.
Bummer.
Sorry, Zyler. I wish I had more for you, bud.
All right. Well, thank you anyway.
All right. Good luck, man. That sucks. Oh, let me get him out of here. There we go. All right. All right. Let's talk to the wise man. What's up, wise man?
Mr. Jim, assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. How you doing?
Good.
What's up?
Yeah, I have a question. Okay, I had asylum case which got denied, but in the meantime, I got married to my wife, which is a U.S. citizen.
Yep.
We applied the I-130, but my lawyer was telling me that we cannot apply the I-45 at the same time with the I-130 until the I-130 got approved. Is that right?
Are you in deportation court, or are you still at the asylum office?
No, I'm in the how you call it, removal processing, or
Yeah, so that's right. So the I-130 has to get approved, and then you go to court and try to get them to shut that down so you can adjust with USCIS. So that's right.
all right. Thank you so much. That was my question.
That's it?
Yeah, thank you.
All right, buddy. Good stuff. All right. I just gave the thumbs up. So I'm trying to hit the bingo card. Rocio and J. Cruz are both very close. I hope you guys noticed we had the walking from one room to another. I know that's on some people's scorecards. All right, let's go to GFish01. What do you say, GFish?
Hey, Jim, can you hear me?
I hear you just fine.
Hey, thank you for picking me. So I just have a couple of quick questions for you.
Okay.
So the first one is my OPT, my STEM OPT extension, that expires in July of this year. And I'm planning to leave the country. I heard that there's a 60-day grace period after that expires. And I just want to know if when I leave in that 60 days, when I go back home, if it's considered as an overstay?
I think I would say that it's better if you don't. I think technically it is.
You think it is?
I mean, the thing is, you always have to ask yourself, do I want to have the cleanest record possible? And while it's technically you have that 60-day grace period, if you can leave beforehand, that's better. If you can't, that's okay too.
Okay. Yeah, I probably will. Okay, and then the other question is, so my girlfriend, who I intend to marry sometime next year, she got naturalized through her dad, but she doesn't have her N600 yet. Is that something we should file, so that she has when we prepare to file next year?
So she was under 18 when her dad naturalized?
Yeah, that's right.
So she's a U.S. citizen?
Yeah, she has a passport, but she doesn't have the certificate.
Yeah, I think it's always good. I know it's expensive. It's like $1,100. I think it's always good to keep your immigration record clean. And if you can make sure that if she's going to be sponsoring you or somebody else for some kind of immigration benefit in the future, I think it's best that she upgrade that in their system for that she's a U.S. citizen.
Okay, so you think she should do it? It's better to have it. Is that what you're saying?
Always better.
Okay. And then just a couple of more questions. So we plan to file sometime end of next year. That'll be through consular processing. I'll be in India. So yeah, go ahead.
Which embassy?
That'll be in India. So I think it should be Mumbai or Delhi, one of those.
So that's like a 2-year wait.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you the timeline of that. So from when we file to when I can enter the States, how long would that be?
Like 2 years.
2 years? Okay. And just finally, should I keep track of all?
Do you want to go back to India at the end of your OPT?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. My visa is over, so there's no reason for me to stay here. So yeah, I'll be going back. But just all the paperwork that we have, now that we live together and we have like a lease and everything now.
Yeah.
Should I keep a hold of that for when we come?
For sure.
Okay. Yeah. And all my tax paperwork and everything, and I should just have all that. So
yeah. Hey, just to be clear, are you driving?
No, I'm not driving. No, I'm
okay,
just
good.
I'm just chilling. No, sorry.
You're fine.
Oh yeah, yes. So you're just saying I should keep hold of all the evidence, and then when I file in like 18 months, I should just have all that. Okay. And just finally, do you think? I just want to get your opinion. So if Trump were to come in, would he affect like this kind of process, the consular processing and everything?
He might try, but these kinds of things. I mean, the problem is it isn't that he'll shut it down. What he'll do is he'll take all the money out of USCIS and all these new fees that everybody paid, and he's going to put it all in enforcement and trying to build his stupid fucking wall.
Okay. Yeah, because I was talking to my girlfriend, and she's not aware of this process, and she thought even for citizens that it takes 2 years is just crazy to get a green card and everything.
Which is why I was seriously asking, do you really want to go back to India at the end of your OPT? Like, is there a way to go back to school is my question.
No. It's just I just got I got a good job in India, so
yeah,
I'll just work over there.
Great. Cool, man.
Yeah, thank you so much for taking
lots of good questions. See you, buddy.
Bye.
All right. Let's go to Angela. Hello, Angela. You're on mute.
Yes, I'm sorry. Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good. My question really is similar to, I believe, Zaira, the one that was asking about the delay in Nairobi, the U.S. Embassy in Nairobi, Kenya. But I guess I had you answer it. So there's nothing we can do at this point. My husband filed for my son. He's 7 years old, and we've been waiting now 10 months since it was documentarily qualified. But yeah. It's a hard one. We don't know what to do at this point. We've tried expediting. We've written to the Congress. I'm not the congressman, but the senator of California. But it's all just gone down the drain.
I'm sorry to hear that. And just like I told him, I wish there was more I could do, but right now there's not without an interview.
Yeah. Is it possible to? Is there any way we could request to have the case moved to a different embassy or?
You could try. Yeah.
Okay. How would we do that? Because where I'm from Uganda, but they pushed the case to Kenya after it was qualified at the NBC. So
you would have to reach out to the embassy you want to receive the case and ask them if they're willing to take it.
Okay. And that's through email.
It's not easy.
Okay. Would I need legal help?
I mean, maybe, but it's all about just bothering them if they're willing to do it. I mean, I would check before I try too hard to move it to another embassy. I would get on chat boards and see if people are complaining about that place too, you know?
Oh yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, no, because Tanzania and Rwanda, which are close to Uganda as well, they're up to date with their interviews. So
that'd be a worthwhile attempt.
okay. So just send them an email and see if they respond, if they take us on.
Yep.
Okay. That sounds good. Thank you so much, Jim.
Okay, great. Thanks, Angela.
Bye.
All right. Well, we have a winner. Norma is our winner. And we're going to give a prize to Jay Cruz as well. So that's exciting. Norma and Jay Cruz both got bingo. Rocio was one away. If this was only a Thursday, she would have had someone ask to be off camera. Nobody did ask to be off camera. I tried to help out with a couple of my usual quotes. I'm glad we have a winner. Norma, please send us over. Let's see if I have her bingo card yet. Nope, not yet. So we'll share that next week's show. We'll be back on Sunday. I don't know what time yet. This was fun. It was fun. Thanks to Hina and to Laura for all their hard work on the bingo cards. Everyone enjoyed that, I think, and we can definitely play one time again. And yeah, Rosia's already planning her comeback. We'll do a show on Sunday. I don't know what time, so text the word show to 314-470-3300. That'll be episode 580. In the meantime, big ups to all the Yardies. Thanks everybody for watching. Big up to Donna and Rocio and Hina and Laura and Huli and everybody. Vadim was here. All of our favorites are here. That was a lot of fun. And we can reuse those cards for sure. All right, guys. We'll post new videos, but no live show till Sunday. Thanks, everybody, and we'll see you in a couple days. I'm great about that, other than trying to help people who are in a state of disease.